Hey everybody! I'm here today to show you, and more specifically to tell you, how to get better at skateboarding fast. I'll specifically be going over 6 tips for improving your skateboarding skills. So once again, this video topic is specifically, I'm going to tell you specifically how to get better at skateboarding fast. So how to get much better at the skateboarding skill at a fast pace. And specifically 6 tips for improving your skateboarding skills. Let's get into this. These are 6 tips. Now, I know what you're thinking. Who are you, as in me, to tell you, as in you, how to skateboard, how to get better at skateboarding? You know what? I was a pretty good skateboarder as a kid. Now I'm not so great. I haven't skateboarded, fluently in more than 20 years, but I just got this skateboard and I do remember the tips that I used when I was younger to get better at a fast pace. These are them. Number 1, and some of them you're going to already know, some of them you probably don't want to hear because they're not your style, but they do work. So let's get into this and I'll go over them more specifically. Number 1, so for each of them I'm going to tell you what it is and I'm going to go into more detail. So number 1, and let's get this video started. This intro's been way too long. Number 1, incrementally improve. So you want to improve at a slow but steady pace, okay? You obviously want to get better fast, but it's impossible to just go from being not great to incredible in a matter of a week. It just doesn't work like that. So focus on one step at a time. So incrementally improve. You want to improve to this level, then improve to this level, then improve to this level. You can't jump up. You can go to each level as fast as you can handle it, but you can't jump up and skip levels. So just incrementally improve, step by step, level by level. And I'll tell you what I did when I was younger to make sure that I was doing that, okay? Number 2, practice riding, not just tricks, okay? So you want to practice your general riding skills on the skateboard, not just tricks. Now I'll tell you what I did to incrementally improve, but it involved tricks when I was younger. I made a little tiny little kind of ramp / grinding setup in my parents' basement, and literally on the ramp, in permanent marker, it's just wood, whatever I made it from, I think it was a spare shelf, to be honest with you. I wrote down all of the tricks, and when I landed the trick consistently, I would check it off. And that was how I knew I was incrementally improving. Now, that has to do with tricks, which, obviously number 2 was practice riding, not just tricks, but incrementally improve, it is a key factor. And practice riding, because in addition, I had things like manual for 8 seconds, right? Okay, then I had nose manual for 5 seconds. So those are general riding skills. You want to make sure you're incrementally improving, like I said, in number 1, and just practicing your riding skills and your tricks for number 2, and just generally being on the board more comfortably, okay? Number 3, practice goofy or regular, whatever is the opposite of how you ride. So if you ride regular, you want to practice riding goofy. I was never good at this because I didn't practice it, but I'm telling you, you should practice it because it's part of skateboarding, okay? And if you ride goofy, you want to practice riding regular. So however you ride, you want to practice the opposite. It's part of riding. You're not only going to ride in one way. You have to switch it up. So practice both orientations of how to ride on the skateboard. That brings us to number 4, wear protective gear. Now, I was a kid, my parents told me you have to wear protective gear. I had to wear a helmet. And then when I was learning, I had to wear a helmet, elbow pads, knee pads, blah, blah, blah. But then as I got better, I always had to wear a helmet. I was not allowed to get on a skateboard without a helmet. My parents were super strict about it. And you know what? I thank them, number 1, because thank goodness I don't have any dents on this head, because look at this, right? I'm bald. So if I had a couple dents, it wouldn't look as great as I wouldn't be as handsome as I am now. I'm totally joking. I'm just absolutely joking about that. But the main reason why I'm thankful is, number 1, obviously because it kept me safe. But number 2, because it allowed me to be a little bit more rambunctious with how I rode my skateboard. If you're wearing protective gear, you're going to be a little bit looser. You're going to feel more comfortable. If you're not wearing, people think, I'm wearing a helmet, it's restricting. No, you're wrong. If you're wearing a helmet, you're able to go a little bit further, a little bit harder, because you're protected. So always keep that in mind to help me take my skating to the next level, okay? So that was number 4, wear protective gear. You'll be, you'll be safer, and you'll feel like you can sort of go a little bit harder on the skateboard. Next up is number 5, practice your balance. Your balance is the most important thing when it comes to skateboarding. You have to practice your balance. Key factor here, balance is not only just for manualing and stuff like that. You got to practice your balance in general. It is a key factor for being a good skateboarder, a good skater. So practice your balance. Make sure your balance is at par with what it needs to be, and you should always be practicing it. Even if you've been skating for like 30 years, you're still practicing your balance. You want to have longer manuals, you know, more smoother transitions, smoother landings. It's all about balance, okay? I know you heard that, you know, with life, it's all about balance, but I'm talking about with skateboarding, it's all about balance. It is true as well. So that's number 5, and last but not least, that brings us to number 6. Okay, number 6, make sure you don't pick up any sticks when you're skateboarding. I'm joking. That was just me rhyming, because we rhyme all the time. Anyways, for real number 6, the for real number 6 on my list over here, okay? On my list, hopefully when I get inside, my wife is gonna give me a nice kiss. Anyways, okay, no more rhyming, we're done. Number 6, number 6. 6 is practice on different surfaces and slopes. So you wanna avoid only practicing on flat asphalt, right? Asphalt, whatever it's called, right? You want to avoid only practicing on flat pavement, flat concrete. That will hinder your ability to be the best skater that you can be. You want to practice on different surfaces. So like, you know, you want to maybe practice on like a little bit of like a little bit of a pebbled surface, you know, concrete with a few pebbles on it, you know, smooth concrete, rough concrete. You want to practice on different surfaces as much as you can, and different slopes, you know, flat, slight decline, more of a decline, slight incline, more of an incline, curves in the road, curves on your path, whatever the case is. Just practice in different situations, and that's it. That is how to get better at skateboarding fast. 6 tips for improving. Like I said, you know, my high school days, my late elementary school days, my early high school days, I wasn't the best skateboarder by any means. I wasn't even fantastic, but I was pretty good. And I got pretty good pretty fast, despite the fact that I was like not fit at all, believe it or not. In my younger days, I was like the opposite of fit, and I was still pretty good on the board. So I just wanted to share my tips with you that I used back then that hopefully will still apply to you now. If you like this video, explanational video, instructional video, video tutorial, whatever you want to call it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment, and of course be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.